is Mayor Dale Yonts. Grant-Valkaria.
Nope.
Nope, that's not. Oh, they skipped you. You're not on the list. Who's going to wait? Where's Dale's going next? Because I already got it queued up for him. Because there's nothing really bad I can say about Dale. All you got to do is look at him. Please welcome Ronald McDonald up.
I'm just explaining the alphabet to him. I think my time is up.
One of my motor units will be waiting on you in the parking lot. And they'll help escort you back to the senior center.
Which one? So thanks for coming. I want to thank all the mayors for showing up, all the people in the audience, and yeah. Oh yeah, you too, Wayne. Thanks for being here, I guess. We're a small town. We're a little bit different than some of the other ones. So, we're 4,000 people. We've only been around since 2006. When COVID hit, we had the, they've mentioned skeleton staff. That is our staff. That's when we had 3 or 4 people. That was the entire staff. And so we closed town hall, we opened the window and put a thing outside so people could come up and still, get to the staff and help protect them because, we were looking at it, if one person got it, we had to shut down town hall. There was no choice around it. So we had to make sure to take care of that. So we set that up, that was that way for about, I think, a month or so. We were able to get it worked out where people come back in the lobby and wear masks and those kinds of things. Same things for council chamber. We got the plexiglass up, so we only had I think 2 or 3 Zoom meetings before we were able to go back live. We had enough room in our council chamber for 12 to 14 people, which because of COVID, that was enough to handle anybody that showed up. So that worked out pretty good for us. Hang on, find that. Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about is, we've been, like I say, a town since 2006. We've been relying on the county's land development regulations. But going through several changes with ordinances to keep up to date for what we wanted in our town. After many workshops and a lot of beating of dead horses, as I've been told we do all of our meetings, we finally have our LDRs done under our own now. And hopefully at our next meeting in July, we do our second and final reading. We'll have our own LDRs. We've been, like I say, we do things a lot differently than the county did. But we had to get those worked out. It just took us a few years to get it done. Fortunately, we had theirs to live on in the meantime. Building statistics, we got 2 new developments coming into the town. Both will be starting soon. Both of these developments were approved by the county before we incorporated, so the density does not meet the minimum lot size that we have in our town of 1 1/4. So we have 1 1/4 acre per house for most of our residences. The first one's Crystal Bay. It's going to be located off US 1. We'll have 534 homes, 262 acres, half-acre density, but the lots are probably 1/4 acre in size. And it'll be served by Brevard County, Barefoot Bay Water and Sewer. D.R. Horton is the developer, and we expect that home construction to be happening any time. They've got their final approval, so they're good to go. Their infrastructure is fully in place. Second one is Eagles Crest. It's off of Pier Road. It's 108 homes on 177 acres. That's 1.6 density. But there's going to be half-acre lots smaller. There's a 30-acre conservation area for an eagle's nest on the site. And they came in wanting to change it to say conservation for future development and all kinds of things. And it now says conservation area because we told them that's the only way we could prove it. If it said future anything, we wouldn't do it because they got already more than we give on density. Landsea Homes is a developer. I think they're new in the county, so we'll see how that goes. From a permit standpoint, we did 256 permits in the first half of last year, and we've done 340 so far this year. I really thought it was going to be to do homes, but it's mainly due to everybody being at home, and there's a lot of renovations and roofs and things like that being done, so that's been a lot of our permit increase. We think we'll see a lot more with the 2 new developments coming in. We've also seen increased traffic on Babcock, the south area. county finally installed a traffic light at Valkaria Road and Babcock. And, you know, you guys maybe you're used to heavier traffic, but you know, in our area we don't get a lot. But it was not unusual to back up a quarter mile to a half mile trying to get on to Babcock because of the stop sign. So now we're able to get through there with no problems at all. I will want to point out that that is a traffic light that is not in Grant-Valkaria, it's in Brevard County, so we still do not have any traffic lights in our county. So don't arrest any red light runners in our county because we don't have any. You might be thinking of Cocoa Beach City. I'll get there. You're taking my time up now. We have a couple of sidewalks in Grant-Valkaria, one along Grant Road, one along Valkaria Road, surprisingly. We're extending the one on Grant Road to go to the interstate, and Valkaria Road, we're hoping to extend that one in a year or two. We can't go over the interstate because we can't afford to do the overpass. There's not room for sidewalks and stuff on there. We do have a town connector trail that is a walk in the woods if you want to do that sometime. That actually connects those two sidewalks, and it works pretty well. And lastly, see how that time works out? Lastly, we increased our staff by 50% in the last couple of years. So we're up to 6 now. We brought our building official and our maintenance person on from part-time to full-time. We also, because of that, had to get a new truck. So, and through rural things, we now have 2 trucks, a golf cart and our big green tractor.